This is Benjamin Silverstein. Ever since anyone could remember, Benjamin had always wanted to be a great inventor. From his earliest days, he was obsessed with finding out the way things worked. He read religiously from scientific journals and textbooks on physics and mathematics. Benjamin was certain that he was destined for greatness. This was a concept he was able to back up with advanced statistics at his 4th grade science fair. According to his calculations, one day the world would recognize his genius and his creations would delight millions of people. He was sure that his brilliant inventions would bring him the renown he knew he deserved. In an effort to learn even more, he would often tinker with various devices in order to understand how they worked. There is no doubt that Benjamin was brilliant. He certainly showed promise. His parents said so, and even his fish, if he could talk, would have said so. So it came as no surprise at all when Benjamin began to try his hand at inventing things. It came as no surprise that his inventions almost always worked exactly the way they were supposed to. It also came as no surprise, though, that his inventions weren't very popular. One cannot expect the uncaring, ignorant masses to always appreciate great technological advances. The lotion that he developed for itchy rashes didn't go over so well either. It really did work splendidly, though. It took several months of intense medical care for most of the lotion users to be cured. Undaunted, Benjamin went to work on his next project. Day and night he worked feverishly. He didn't stop, except to eat, sleep, watch cartoons, trim his toenails, go on a hike, read Gone with the Wind, update his blog, and paint a couple of sun catchers. After many weeks of tireless toil, Benjamin Silverstein, Inventor Extraordinaire, was finally ready to unveil his new creation to the world. It turned out that the world wasn't interested, though, in the entropon, an invention that caused items to decay at rapid speeds. In the interest of the other students, the school principal politely requested that Benjamin leave. Philistines. Rejected and subjugated, Benjamin wandered aimlessly down the road, wondering why life should treat him so poorly, and also wondering what the word subjugated meant. That night, Benjamin wasn't interested in working on any inventions. What was the use? Nobody understood the value of his work. The unappreciative world was undeserving of his genius. That night, Benjamin Silverstein decided to call it quits. Benjamin fell into despair. He couldn't sleep, and he couldn't eat. Nothing was quite the same without his inventions. He didn't know what to do with himself. That's where I come in. It may have been all over for Benjamin if I hadn't given him a surprise phone call. Hello, Benjamin Silverstein? This is the President of the United States speaking. I have some very important news for you. I told Benjamin that I had my smartest scientists hard at work trying to come up with a renewable fuel source, one that would solve the nation's energy problems. They had no success until one of them stumbled across his plans for the intro pond. Here at last was the answer to our problem. It was already known that the intro pond was designed to speed up the natural decaying process of biodegradable materials. Through research, they discovered that anything left in the intro pond for long enough would break down into basic fossil fuels. These fuels could then be purified and made usable. Benjamin had finally made it. Thanks to the intro pond, gas prices around the nation dropped rapidly. With this success, Benjamin was finally able to start his own company. His dreams of being a great inventor had finally come true. Through his new company, he was even able to find a market for some of his other inventions. And the rest, as they say, is history.